Hello and welcome back to Star Trek Resurgence, and where we left off, quite a lot happened. So like on one side we're like infiltrating an alien ship with Diaz, and on the other side with Jara, the aliens basically just fully were like, yeah, we're aliens, like we're off, see you later. So but they were going to blow us up, but I think we kind of held our own, and then they were like, you're the messengers, go tell Starfleet. So we are, as Jara, going to find a character that was actually in, I think, the first season of Next Generation. Yeah, the Next Generation. Is it? Yeah, I think it was that one. Anyway, the one with Picard in. And we're going to find Portal 36, I think his name was, and he is one of these Ticon. But where we are now jumping back in is the start of a new chapter where we are Diaz in the alien ship. We've got a few aliens on our side, so we actually could take the ship if we like sneaky enough. And I think we should just I can't remember what her name is. Petty Officer Maris shot a hole inside like the chest of an officer a few episodes back, so I'm fully prepared to like just let her be gone. We're not hanging out any hope for her to be back, but I think it's like it is. So let's jump back in and see what is occurring.
It takes a minimum of 8 crew on the bridge to run the ship, so we can expect at least that many hostiles.
If they bioformed Hadri, they know we're coming.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for...
Flipping it straight away. Oh, I wasn't looking. Oh, nice.
Now what? We need that door sealed.
We can handle that. Where do you need us?
There's an access panel there. You should be able to patch into the local
We're
system.
going to do some engineering.
We'll be shot getting there.
I'll cover you. On my signal.
Go.
Now!
Go. I mean, it wasn't the most hustling crouch walk there was it? How do we even know what we're doing with like alien tech? I don't know, but got to keep. We're just using our tricorder on it, so I guess that's that.
Looking for the bridge doors. Wait, what's this?
Got something?
Gravity. If I invert the artificial gravity inside the bridge, that'll throw anyone on the bridge right up into the ceiling.
He'll never see it coming.
Itasca, get ready to charge.
Charge?
Reversing gravity polarity.
Let's do this. That sounds like a good plan, to be fair. That would have knocked them out, right?
Close in!
How do we get them down?
Just... Did that knock them out, or did it... Yeah, it looks like we didn't have to fight them too much.
What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
That seems a
So
bit...
you're just gonna shoot him?
I haven't decided yet.
That's not just up to you.
I'm the
we
ranking
don't
officer.
kill
And we're
prisoners.
not in your army.
It may not be convenient, but we don't kill enemies who've surrendered.
Keeping prisoners is a luxury we don't have.
It's not a damn luxury.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation.
I get what
Each
she's
one
saying.
of them has an innocent life inside.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
I'll keep watch on them.
As will I. We can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Ticon could show up any minute.
I mean, this could go badly for us if the prisoners try and hurt us.
This place.
But... Okay, what we got? We need to use our tricorder. Let's have a look.
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
Not good.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
Like, the thing is, I don't know if we spend too much time looking at all little things around like we miss.
This console looks unaffected.
Okay. If we if like an event happens, like if we take too long. So I don't want to take too long.
Huh.
Crystal gun.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
I'm not sure.
Maybe it's like it can sense Takan DNA or something like that.
Everything under control?
Yes, these Takan haven't made a move. Yet.
And what you're doing is working.
There's plenty more I can do. But it doesn't have to be that way. As long as they behave.
Well, they know where they stand. That guy is fully prepared to like gun him down. So, see. Ooh. How's she doing?
Any trouble?
Don't worry about me. Worry about Stretch over there.
Why?
He's looking for any excuse to vaporize the prisoners. But I'll make sure he doesn't. Even if they're the enemy, it's not right.
I'm here if you need a hand.
Just hurry up and figure out this bridge. That's the best way to help.
A little bit of attitude. I'm sure I appreciate that. Let's go now.
Gotta figure this out before we get wherever we're going. If the Resolute can't catch up to us, we're in a whole different kind of trouble.
I don't think the Resolute's going to help even if it can catch up, seeing as it just got absolutely destroyed by the other ships, didn't it? A lot of crystals growing off this thing. I think this is the last bit, and then we'll start scanning.
There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not Lydian programming.
Interesting.
It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good.
So have they got a bridge somewhere else? Is that what they're trying to say? Can we scan this?
These crystals are Takan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their tech. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy signature of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
They're blocking the inputs. It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
How did they use it, maybe?
So how did the Takan use this tech?
It's beyond me. What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
Time to ask some questions. Potentially. Oh, I missed something. 1 minute. Probably nothing. It's probably just going to be like, oh, there's crystals everywhere.
Look here.
Oh,
It's
no.
navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
Okay, that doesn't really help us then, does it? Right, let's talk to... Oh, I thought he was the dude that I was going to have to talk to. Maybe I scan. Where am I? There's something green over there. And over there. It'd be nice if you could run while using the tricorder.
Engine's a red line, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
That much reactor output would drive us past the theoretical top speed of this ship. So how fast are we actually going?
So they've found a way to do like warp, like 11, because I think 10 was like the limit, isn't it?
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. Even with the engines pushed as hard as they are, they wouldn't produce this speed.
Whether it's these crystals or the power from the Cartabula, the Takan have found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this
What
speed.
is their end game?
But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
I don't really know what to say.
That's just two sides of the same coin.
It's what?
Either way, we both want to stop the Zeldi.
Ah, yes. And we will find a way to do it.
What is Zeldi?
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power.
Okay, I think we did.
That's
all right.
everything. We got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Takan talk. And if they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you.
So he can do it.
I thought that thing was useless.
It was. No power. Until he touched it.
It's the Takan DNA, isn't it? I'm telling you.
Weapons must be
Yeah,
biocoded.
there you go.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control the ship with the disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Boom. Straight to the face. We don't want to lose our cool just yet. Things aren't that bad.
Let's talk.
I mean, they're bad, but they're not that bad. Diaz pounding, trying to look all important. That was kind of hard to answer correctly with some of those. It didn't really give me something where I was like,
The
"Oh,
Titan's
that's the right way to
communications
say it."
officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack. Making this so much worse than it already was.
Starfleet has to know. They have to.
Given the potential consequences, we should notify Starfleet as soon as possible.
I don't disagree, but I'll reach out to Ambassador Spock about it. I don't want to cause a panic. And I doubt he does either.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Woo! We're getting Riker.
Let's not mention
Love
any
it.
of this shield business to Riker just yet. Put him through.
Why not? I don't get this captain. This captain's a bit annoying.
Captain Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
Sir,
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
Look at him.
So do
Glorious.
I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residia 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
And let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut.
The crew, right? Or all
I am
three?
curious to hear what she says, though.
The crew.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. you have been hanging around Ambassador Spock. But the truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the Prime Directive. Or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand.
It does sound like
When
him,
you were
but
with
it
the
sounds like him
Enterprise,
reading a script.
You encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you.
I don't want to
be
offend
overwhelmed
him,
by the pageantry.
but that sounds
theatrics.
dangerous.
Are you sure about that? I don't want to anger him.
No, you certainly do not. With a wave of his hand, he could clip your wings and cripple the Resolute. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Does he know the Takana back? Will he really help us? I'm gonna go with that.
Do you think he will go against his own people?
He was proud of his empire. He called us barbarians. Maybe you can find a way to make him see these people claiming to be Takan aren't real Takan. They're corrupting his
I
legacy.
like that play.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Borg.
Trust me. This isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
Let's go with one. We know what we're doing.
You're not the only one who's met the Takan anymore. We've faced them in combat. We're not just the right ones for the job. We're the only ones.
All right. Asked and answered.
You gotta go at him with a bit more.
There was a special task force that considered the
conviction, I
Takan,
think.
and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi-Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
One or
Machiavelli?
three. We'll follow your advice. We'll follow your advice.
Your advice is well taken, Captain Riker. No matter what he throws at us, we'll stand up to this Takan Guardian.
I'm sure you will. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Takan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach.
No.
Nothing to report
No.
as of right now.
Captain, you.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious.
You're done, Captain.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
This is as real as it gets, Solano. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end. I really do hope you get Portal 6-3 and find those Takan before this gets out of control. Riker out.
He is gonna be so angry at me.
I specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps. I thought we had an understanding. Now all of Starfleet
Someone
will hear
has-
about this.
Yeah, good.
Considering this is new information Ambassador Spock doesn't have yet, I figured Captain Riker would be the closest to communicate directly with Starfleet Command.
Now the cat's out of the bag.
Oh, for goodness sake, you're
I have to
so...
think about the
your
damage
ego.
control of it all. You're dismissed.
He's the worst. I'm sorry, he's so worried about, like, people seeing him as not very good at his job.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
Alright, it worked.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
Give it time.
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team. We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. If he's not an asset, he's an enemy.
Interesting away team.
So be ready for anything.
We've got 2 red shirts at the back. They're not wearing red, but we know what they're there for, right? One of them's dying horrifically. No, not time for the timid. But we won't be timid next time, because we're going to stop there. I'm thinking actually 20-minute video length is probably better than half-hour video length. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, I feel like it fits a little bit better. Half hour, bit longer. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just playing around with it, to be honest. I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do with this with my videos on this channel. But yeah, I think I say this at the end of every video, but I'm really enjoying this game. I think they've got the storytelling down pretty well. The graphics are fairly decent, and the voice acting and everything like that, I think, is pretty on. Although Riker, I know I did see that it was the actual actor William Frakes, I think his name is, who did that. So it was his voice, but I don't know. There's something off about it. He's obviously a lot older than what you heard from TNG. So I don't know. It's still cool that he was in it, and it's cool to hear him and everything. So I'm not like disappointed or anything, but it's just like, oh, it doesn't sound quite right. I'm getting old, because it's, you know, you listen to the old ones and you're like, oh damn, he definitely sounds like a little bit more aged in his voice, which is weird, because that can happen. But let's have a quick review of how people are, like, there's not many relationship changes in this. Solano, I know he's angry at me. The thing is, Solano's angry at me, no one else is, and he is only looking out for himself, not for the crew, not for the ship. He's just worried about his reputation, so I'm really not that fussed that he's not happy with me, because now that I've told Riker, literally everyone else in Starfleet will know, and if they start attacking Starfleet ships, that's not going to come back bad on us, is it? There you go. So that's my thought process on why I told them. So Captain Solano was enraged when Jara told Riker about the shield algorithms that had been stolen by the Takan, and wished she had respected the desire to keep that information under wraps. No, basically. There you go. Easy. No one else on this list unless Riker saw merit in Jara's cautious approach to seeking help from Portal 6-3, and was glad Jara was honest and transparent about the shield algorithms being stolen. Okay, so currently, because I realised, quite cool, a little detail, I think I might mention it earlier in another video, but if they're happy with you, or if they're like kind of like midway, they're like neither happy nor sad, or if they're angry at you, their facial expressions change on this screen, which I think is really cool, as a really nice little touch. She doesn't look too happy with us. Reprimanded optimistic desire, despite Carter's suggestion that Miranda was beyond saving. Oh, right, yeah, okay, that was last time. So nothing's changed. We just said, this girl, she's done. If we see her, sort of thing. Was grateful. I don't think anything has changed, actually. Yeah, no, nothing has changed for these guys. So, no relationship changes, but we're trying to figure out what the heck's going on in this ship, and I feel like that's what's going to happen when we come back next time. So come back next time to see what's going on the alien ship, how we're going to like take this over. Obviously, a lot of stuff is DNA encoded to Khan, so we can't, as like Diaz or any of us, we can't actually do anything using the controls. So it's going to be interesting to see what we're going to do out of that. So yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.